Good morning. Welcome to Yoga by Beka. I'm Beka, and if you'd like to practice yoga along with me, let's get down on our mats, sitting on your heels, and let's first just regulate our breathing. Close your eyes. Become fully present in the moment. Breathing in deeply, exhaling fully. Prepare the passenger within you to be able to go on to this yoga session. Notice the way your body feels, where you may be stressed or tight. Feel your hands, your legs, your shoulders, your neck. Breathing in and breathing out. Now slowly blink your eyes open. Rub your hands together, activating all of those nerve endings in your palms. Stretch high in the sky, lengthening the spine. And exhale and release. Bring hands to heart center. Bring your hands again high to the sky, breathing in deeply, and exhale and release, sitting over to one side. Lean over and stretch, getting a deep stretch, back to center. Now sit over on the other side, leaning over fully, getting a deep side body stretch. Now back to center. Hands down to heart center. Let's get into tabletop position, but let's point our fingers back towards our knees and do cat-cow. Breathing in, dipping the belly down towards the mat, curving the spine down, and exhale, bending the spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat position. Inhale, cow position. Exhale into cat position, pushing the floor away. Now let's introduce some movement by sitting all the way back. Lift your arms high into the sky. Clasp the hands, except for your pointer finger. Slightly look back behind you, stretching. Now grab your hands behind you, down low. Clasp your fingers. And pull up and over. Get into child's position, but with your hands stretched behind you and up and over, opening up those shoulders. Slowly sit back up. And curl yourself into an upward facing dog. And then curl yourself back into child's pose. Wave forward into an upward facing dog. And then wave back, sitting back on your heels into a child's pose. Do this several times. Like wave of the waves of the ocean, just Imagine yourself flowing back with the tide and then crashing on the shore of a beach like an ocean wave. Now transition yourself into downward facing dog. Slowly twist from side to side and then take your dog for a walk, pedaling out your feet, awakening your toes, your Achilles tendons, your calf muscles and hamstrings. When ready, slowly take some baby steps up to have your feet meet in between your hands. And slowly take turns bending one knee and another, lifting up the heel on one side and another, waking up your legs, activating the hamstrings. Curl slowly up into mountain pose, hands high in the sky, and then dive down into forward fold. Stop at flat back halfway up and get up on your tippy toes. Practice balancing for a moment and then sit back into chair pose. Activating those quadriceps. Now release into forward fold, lift back up into flat back. And then hop into the first plank of the day. Slowly lower down chaturanga, upward facing dog. Now downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high in the sky and then bend the knee and stack the hips one on top of the other. Let's open up the hips by doing some circles. You can do some circles first in one direction and then in the other. If it feels awkward, that's okay. When ready, pull that knee through to meet your chest and then lower it down in between your hands. Lower the back knee down on the mat and grab your hands up in the sky in forward fold. Now tuck your tailbone in and curve your spine forward, going back. Try to tuck that tail in and then flex your back and move forward with your knee getting over your foot, introducing movement. Lift your back knee off the mat. Do a spinal twist with your right hand up into the sky, and let's make some circles, warming up the shoulders. You can follow your hand with your eyes, getting some movement also in the neck. Now hands down and straighten that front leg into triangle pose. Lift the back heel up off the mat to where you're on your toe and melt your body down forward. Touch your knee with your face, if it's possible. Keep your hips square so that you're in a true triangle. Lower back down into a high lunge and step your feet together. Lift your left knee up into your chest. Hug your knee in and let's warm up the ankles, turning it clockwise and counterclockwise. And now tree pose. Focus on balancing. You can have your foot resting on the inside of your upper thigh above your knee or your calf below your knee. Yogi's choice. Turn your knee inward. Grab that knee up again. Extend the leg. And then float it backwards into Warrior 3 position. Making a T with your body. Feet together, back to mountain pose. Swan dive down. Halfway, flat back. Lift up on your toes. Practice your balance. Swoop the arms in the air and sit back into chair position, your chair pose. Release and melt down to forward fold. Lift halfway up. Pop back into your plank. Chaturanga, lower down. Lift up into upward facing dog. Wave back into downward facing dog. Raise your left leg up, stack the hips, and let's open up the other side of our body by doing some circles with our left knee in the sky. First clockwise and then counterclockwise. Trying to really open up those hip flexors. When ready, move the knee through towards your chest. Lower the foot in front of you in between your hands. Take your right knee down to the mat into low lunge, hands high above the head. Now tuck your tailbone under and curve your back, kind of leaning back. And then on your breath, lean forward, flexing the back. Lean back, curving your spine, tucking your tailbone under, and then lean forward, flexing the back, looking forward. Swoop the hands up to the ceiling, letting them touch, and back down. Lift the back knee off the mat into high lunge. Then do a spinal twist. And let's wave the arm in circles, opening up that shoulder. Following it with your neck and eyes if you'd like to get some neck movement as well. Hands back down on the mat and straighten your front leg into triangle pose. Keep the hips square and lift the back heel up off of the mat. Melt down into the front of your front leg, letting your face meet your knee if it's possible. Lower the back heel down. Raise your arms up to the sky, meet your legs at the front of the mat, and pick up your right knee, hug it into your chest, and rotate your ankle left and right. Let's now do tree pose. Take your right leg and let it rest on the inside of your left thigh or the left calf muscle. And just try to stay here, breathing in and breathing out, and focus on your balance. Now pull your knee in, extend it out in the front, and then move it behind you into Warrior 3 position. Make your body resemble a T shape. Release, Arms up in the sky and swoop swan dive down to the mat into forward fold. Lift up halfway. And let's do a downward facing dog and then do a wave into a plank. Lower down chaturanga. Lift up into upward facing dog, then push back into downward facing dog. When ready, lower down. Release your knees back onto the mat. And let's get into child's pose. Notice the energetic shifts and changes in the energy within you and around you. Be proud of yourself for showing up to do yoga and to invest in your health and wellness. You don't have to be perfect or graceful or flexible. Doesn't matter if you're fat, thin, young, or old. Have a beautiful day and thank you so much.